Yo, what's good? You already don't know what it is. It's your girl, Just Kimmy. I'm out here. If you're new to my channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're already a subscriber, Wagwan Brethren, you already don't know. I appreciate all the love and support. So what I'm going to be doing in today's video is I'm going to be telling you 5 ways living in Korea has changed me, or 5 ways that I've grown, 5 ways that I've changed, essentially. So without further ado, let's get into this video. Whenever people ask me how is traveling and do you recommend it and stuff like that, I always say yes, because no matter where you go, no matter where you travel to, it's always an experience. You're always going to draw something from it, whether it's positive or negative. It's always an experience. And why not go beyond your comfort zone? Why not go beyond your own kind of the lifestyle you know? Why not see a different side of things? Why not see a different world, essentially? And if you're living in a certain place that's different from your own, it's going to change you. The same way going to school in America changed me is the same way living in Korea has changed me as well. So enough of that small talk. Let's go ahead and get into this video. So one of the ways living in Korea has changed me is definitely I am more patient. I am more patient because I am a teacher, but not only that, I have to be patient with myself in learning the language and not being frustrated that I don't understand anything, but also I gotta be patient with the people and environment around me. It takes time for Koreans or other people that I come across to understand where I'm coming from and to understand my lifestyle, or to understand, just about me being black, and I have to be patient with all the questions and stuff that they ask. And I also have to be very patient with my kids, because children, they don't really know. So if they're trying to touch your skin or touch your hair and stuff like that, you just got to be patient with them and tell them the right way and correct them, and just be tolerant and patient. Another way that Korea has changed me is I share a lot more, because Koreans share everything. Korea is not like back home. At home in Canada or America, when you have like a pack of gum, you're not trying to share it with nobody. You're there trying to open it without it making a sound without the crinkles. You're trying to eat it yourself and enjoy your own snacks. You're there trying to easily open stuff, not trying to draw attention for yourself. Just kind of like have it for yourself. It's not the fact that you're trying to be greedy. It's the fact that, there's just some things that you don't want to share at certain points in time. I don't know. I don't think it's being rude. But in Korea, they absolutely share everything. So at first, I was kind of like, I was weirded out by it. Every time someone opens something, they always offer it to you. And if they offer it to you, you might as well take it, because it's polite to, take it. And they kind of see it as, you're kind of being rude if you don't want to take what they're offering. So they share everything. When I mean they share everything from one soup bowl and there's 5 spoons. Sometimes I've been to a bar or a restaurant and they bring out 1 cup, like a big cup of water, and they just expect all of us to drink from it and stuff like that. So I have definitely become a lot more generous. So when I have something, I always, think of my friends. I think of my students, like how can I share this among everyone? How can I provide for everyone? And how can I make everyone feel welcome? Not welcome, how can I make everyone feel like they're included? So it's not only included in just food sharing and stuff that you can physically share, but it's also like events and stuff like that. You just more open, and it's just the Korean way. You definitely become more used to it. So it's like if you just have 1 piece of cake, you're trying to divide it up amongst everyone. And I really think that's a really good way that I've changed, I think, while living here in Korea. And this next one is not only dedicated to Korea. I think it's just any place you've traveled or living away from home, is definitely independence. I have become a lot more independent, and I think if you travel and you live on your own, you become so much more independent. I have lived and went to school in America for 5 years, so I've had a taste of independence, but still it was close enough to Canada that my mother can help me with a lot of things. I can just call her up. It was the same time zone, and ask her for a lot of things and to help me with a lot of things, or if I needed something, she can send it over, so I did have independence. But here it's really independent. You never really know how independent you can be until you're completely cut off. And that's cut off from your mom. When you're sick, your mom helps you, or you can go to her house and you can just take all her eggs, you can take all her bread, you can take her milk, anything, her toilet paper that you don't want to buy. But here, when you travel to another country and you're completely cut off, you have to be totally independent of yourself. And it's like the simplest things, you got to get your own cell phone plan, you got to get your own internet, gotta pay your bills by yourself. You gotta sort out like your taxes. You gotta sort out your pension. You gotta sort out anything, you know, that you could have gotten help from your mother or your parents or anything back at home. You gotta do it yourself here. So you really are independent. You live on your own. You cook for yourself, and ultimately you can make your own decisions based on what you like. You can literally do anything you want. So I think definitely have become a lot more independent in that sense. And another way living in Korea has changed me is I have expanded outside of my comfort zone. So living in another country or someplace outside of your lifestyle definitely makes you push your boundaries of your comfort zone. So my comfort zone usually on a day-to-day basis is I get home from work and I go on my computer, watch Netflix or play online games. Like, I'm pretty introverted in a sense, but living in Korea, I had to go out and meet new people and go outside of my comfort zone. You know, I had to sit in many of situations and many of Korean conversations that I do not understand, but I went and pushed outside of my comfort zone and kind of felt uncomfortable in those situations because I'm not very familiar with Korean culture or the language. But you know, when you push yourself outside of the comfort zone, you can judge the situation based on common sense and feeling. So I did that and met new people, made a lot of good friends, and I played soccer. Well, I'm playing soccer, currently playing soccer on a team, on a Korean team. And at first it was very uncomfortable because I didn't know the language, didn't know who these girls were, but I just kind of pushed myself to stick with it. And now I have many friendships, I know a lot of people, and we get along just fine because I was able to kind of be more extroverted and not so introverted while living here. I heard someone say to me one time, like, you can make other people feel comfortable by making yourself uncomfortable. So you pretty much stay in an uncomfortable situation, which is comfortable for them, but uncomfortable for you. And eventually everyone will be comfortable. I don't know if that made any sense, but hopefully it did. Hopefully it did. That's the point that I was trying to get across. The last thing I'm going to speak about in this video is knowledge. I think it's very important. I think this is one of the most important things or the most beneficial things that has happened to me while living in Korea, or for anybody traveling, is you become more knowledgeable. You become more knowledgeable about people, the culture, how to get around, how to maneuver yourself, how to conduct yourself in certain situations. You just become more knowledgeable because you're meeting people from all walks of life. And every time you meet another person, you gain more knowledge, or I hope so. I hope when you meet someone, you take away something from that. Not necessarily always has to be good things, it could be bad things, but at the end of the day, you become more knowledgeable. Whether it's good information or bad information, you just gain so much knowledge living away outside of your own circle, outside of your own lifestyle, outside of your own country. You definitely gain knowledge every day. Every day I learn something new. There's never a dull moment living in Korea. Or just traveling around the world. You know, you get knowledge about food, TV shows, different interests, people, culture, pop culture, everything, anything and beyond. You just become more knowledgeable, and you guys gotta make sure that you're just there soaking it all up. Seriously. So that will be all for today's video. If you like this video, go ahead and press the thumbs up button. And if you're not already a subscriber, go ahead and slap that subscribe button. You already done know what it is. It's your girl, Just Kim Me, and I'm out.